RMPs will also create a new windfall for banks. Here's why. The Fed now controls the federal funds rate by paying interest on bank reserves, technically called interest on reserve balances, IORB. Paying interest on bank reserves sets the floor on interest rates because the banks won't lend to anyone at a lower rate than the Fed will pay them for keeping their money in their reserve accounts at the Fed. So the more bank reserves there are, the more money the Fed has to pay to the banks. These subsidies to the banks are enormous. From 2021 to 2024, the Fed paid $429 billion of interest to the commercial banks for the bank reserves they held. And on top of that, the Fed paid another $187 billion as interest on reverse repurchase agreements. This money was paid mostly to money market funds. So in total, the Fed paid $616 billion in interest to the private sector banks and money market funds over just 4 years, 2021 to 2024, and more, of course, during 2025, but the amount for 2025 won't be disclosed for many months. The Fed used to be enormously profitable. Now, however, as a result of paying such large subsidies to the financial sector, the Fed is making very large losses. This is a big deal because the Fed is required to hand over all its profits to the Treasury Department, that is, to U.S. taxpayers, at the end of every year.